work from home. So a lot of us are working from home these days, and it is a very interesting experience. I, like a lot of you, are probably working from home, and I have been for the last 3 weeks. Work from home is super weird and kind of uncomfortable sometimes.
But at the same time, I'm super thankful to my corporate overlords for giving me the opportunity to have paid remote work, because I understand it is a complete privilege to be able to do so right now.
But there are certainly a lot of challenges and new speed bumps that we're learning to deal with in our work from home lives. So I'm going to take you guys through an ideal productive day for me. I realize not every single day is going to be productive, and that is totally okay. It's a super unhealthy mentality to think that we are going to be productive every single day, but I think it's good to have an ideal day that we can strive for. So here are some tips that I've picked up over the last couple of weeks in how to make my work from home life a little more manageable. Morning hours. First, I've been getting up a little bit later than usual, which is okay. We are self-accepting of all of our current behaviors because this is a super weird time. So I've been getting up usually around 8:30 in the morning, and in the morning I try to do some sort of exercise regimen. So I'll usually do like a 20 to 30 minute online workout, like a YouTube video. There's lots of like HIIT and cardio workouts that you can search up that you can just do at home. So this just helps me to get my blood flowing in the morning and help me feel ready to take on the day. I've also done some extensive research into how to do more exercises from home. And by extensive research, I mean I did a single Google search. And I came across a ton of super helpful links for if you guys are looking for various resources to do online workouts for free. Woo! After a workout, I will shower and get ready and do my normal daily morning hygiene and skincare and stuff like that. After I do that, I try to put on real clothes because I don't know, there's just something about wearing pajamas all day that makes me feel super gross and like I can't do anything. Somehow getting dressed and putting on some makeup makes me feel much more ready to do things and get on with my day. And then after getting ready, I'll make my super long commute over to my workstation. Then I'll get ready to start the day. So while working, one of the first things that I like to do in the morning is to go through my daily to-do list, and from there I'll just set like a couple goals for like the things that I want to achieve that day, write down just like a few quick bullet points on like what progress you want to make on your work. So that's usually how I will start my day. Then I'll go into looking through my meeting schedule for the day, figuring out like my meeting blocks and just mentally having those in the back of my head. And then I'll figure out if I'll need to block out any time on my calendar just to like get work done, because sometimes we're always stuck in like day-to-day meetings that we don't necessarily have a ton of time to focus in on our actual work. Outside of those productivity tips, making things more fun, luckily we have Zoom and we get to work with a lot of virtual backgrounds, and we can use like the Snap camera plugin and stuff like that. So that makes it a lot more fun to go into meetings and everyone just has like crazy backgrounds going. Excuse me. Oh, I also like to schedule calls with my work friends that are unrelated to work. Put a chunk of time on your calendar that's like 30 minutes call with X, Y, and Z people. There's no like agenda or anything, and sort of simulate your day-to-day interactions like you would be in your actual office. Another thing I've also tried to do is to attend different meeting opportunities. Like if you're looped into like optional meetings and stuff like that. I kind of like just chiming into optional meetings just to see everyone's faces and see what's going on. In between meetings, I also like to make sure I'm getting up and walking around. I think because we're working at home, a lot of us just spend all our time sitting in front of a computer. We're not necessarily getting up as we would be when we're in an office and we have to like run to meetings or go to the kitchen and eat snacks. Well, no, I've definitely been eating a lot of snacks, but I'm definitely not walking very much. So I try to get up in between meetings at least once every like 30 minutes to an hour. Another tip is to make sure you have time for yourself throughout the day. So this is along the same lines as like scheduling blocks of time to do your own work. Make sure you have a healthy balance of both your work and your personal life. I think a lot of us can get really mixed up when we're constantly working from home. It's really hard to separate our home lives and our work lives. Just because you are working from home now doesn't mean you have to be like constantly working. I think that's super unhealthy. And then on a similar note is don't be checking your work emails or opening your computer or anything like that before work or after work. So your normal work hours, set yourself on like a strict regimen of these are the only hours I'm going to be available for work-related things, and I'm not going to touch my work laptop or do anything work-related outside of these hours. At the end of the day, I will log out of all my email and Slack or whatever and close my laptop and put it somewhere and not touch it until the next day. So this just helps me to really make sure I'm keeping that mental and physical separation from my home life and my personal life from my work life. And then after I put everything away, I'll usually have an evening ritual as well. I usually like to go on a walk after I've finished my work for the day, do like 20 minutes in the neighborhood outside. And then when I come back from my walk, I'm then in the headspace to relax and take care of my personal everyday life. So then I'll come back from my walk, I will eat dinner, and then I'll just chill out, do fun stuff. You know, maybe I'll work on videos or Animal Crossing or phone a friend or, you know, all the other personal life things that we can do at home. So conclusions, working from home is really weird. It's just, it's fucking weird, but, but you know, we're figuring it out. We're doing what we can. We're making the best of the situation. And if you are working from home, you know, grateful that we are employed and hopefully healthy, and at least we have technology to keep us all connected. So if you have any more work from home tips and experiences that you have found to be helpful, would love for you to share below. So yeah, that's all for now. Work from home, yay!